if you haven't already figured out by the title, this is going to be another foundation review. And for this one, I'm not super late to this bandwagon. This is the Rimmel Stay Matte Foundation, and if you want to see what it's all about and my thoughts on it, please keep on watching. So, to start things off, you get 1 fluid ounce of product. This foundation cost me $4.99 at Rite Aid. Rite Aid is like the only place that I have been able to find this. I've looked freaking everywhere around here, and I can't find it anywhere. But on the back of the bottle, just to tell you it claims to be Feather Light Liquid Mousse that blends flawlessly for natural looking all day shine control. Silky smooth formula leaves a perfectly matte baby soft finish with lightweight texture that won't feel greasy or heavy. Which is a really high claim for this because, oh my gosh, I was not, when it said liquid foundation, I was not expecting to be able to do this. Did you see that? Watch again. Look at here, look here. Comes out, sucks right back in. How many liquid foundations do you know that, like, you can just kind of squeeze out and not worry about it falling onto your pants? So for this foundation, I would say it is a solid medium coverage, and my little demonstration showed you how thick it was, and I know that is kind of scary, but that's just how whipped foundations are. They are going to be thicker in consistency than your regular liquid foundation. So with it being so thick, it's kind of strange that they would sell it as something that's not going to cake up on you. Like the shipper or the stand that it was in said it wouldn't cake up or say goodbye to cake face or something along those lines. However, I find that if you try to build this up, at least on me, I don't know about people with oily skin or oily combination skin, but I have dry combination skin, and if I try to build this up, it goes cakey and just looks heavy, and I can't. I have to start over because that is just not a good So look. Now that I think about it, I just recently watched a video, I think it was Love Melissa Michelle, who said that she also thought this was a medium coverage foundation, but she can build it up to a full coverage, and she has oily skin, so maybe on oily skin, maybe the oil or something kind of helps to make it not look cakey. But she also said that she thinks that this is a nighttime foundation, which I completely get because the sun is going away. Can you see how dark it just got? Oh! Anyway, but she also said that it's a nighttime foundation, and I would definitely agree with that. This will definitely translate better at night if you are going to build it up to a full coverage. But I would not attempt to build this up to a full coverage during the day because it's just not going to look right. Most matte foundations, if they're a medium coverage and you try to build them up to full coverage during the day, they're just not going to look right. They're going to look heavy because your skin is not naturally matte, like if that makes sense. So I guess if you have oily skin, maybe you can build this up to full coverage, but me with my dry combination skin, I think that medium coverage, which is what the foundation gives, is as far as I can go with it. Ways I have discovered that I like applying this foundation. The way I like to apply this foundation is with my oldie but goodie Real Techniques buffing brush. I have said in the past that I just love the way that this brush works your foundation into the skin, and no matter what foundation it is, it blends it just flawlessly. And this is a super blendable foundation. Like, just because I'm saying it's heavy and I can't build it up doesn't mean it's not blendable. This stuff blends like a dream. It's just so soft and silky and just blends in so well. But I definitely prefer my buffing brush over my beauty blender, and I just think that this on my skin makes the foundation too heavy to where the brush buffs it in and works it into the skin so it looks more natural, I guess. That makes sense. Now, wouldn't necessarily say that you have to set this foundation, because it is a matte foundation. Me personally, I could probably get away with setting my T-zone and be done with it and not have to set the rest of my face. I did, however, use the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. Mine is just in transparent. With this a couple of times, and I think these two together are great. Like, my T-zone did not get shiny at all. The center of my face stayed matte all day long, which was amazing. But again, I think using these together, it can be a little bit too heavy for dry combination skin because I don't have that excess oil that comes out of my skin. So I don't necessarily need all the matte products. But what I have been using to set this recently is my Coty Airspun Powder. Toddy from Glam Life Guru, say that 10 times fast, turned me on to this. This just is super light. It gives almost like an airbrushed finish to the skin. You can pretty much get it at any drugstore, at Walmart, CVS. But this is super light. It's so finely milled that it just kind of sits on top of the skin and looks beautiful. And it doesn't really provide any more coverage, so where I feel like it kind of caked up with a pressed powder, my loose powder totally just worked fine and didn't really add any more like heaviness or anything to the foundation. It was getting a little too dark in here, so I actually had to turn a light on. I look better now. Anyway, so now to kind of sum up everything I have been talking about for the last 5 minutes, and just to make everything clear if I didn't make things clear. So, yes to lightweight coverage, yes to amazing blendability. I wouldn't say perfect and I wouldn't say baby soft, but I would definitely say that it is not heavy, and on me it does not go greasy. It doesn't feel greasy at all. So, I do like this foundation a lot, and especially at $4.99, you can't go wrong with a good quality foundation for $5. It's kind of hard to find right now because I think everybody and their mother wants it. But anyway, it is a very good quality foundation, and I do like it, and I do enjoy can you really enjoy foundation? I guess. But I like the coverage that it gives, and I think it just looks really good on my skin, and I don't look super matte. Like, my skin just looks healthy, if that makes sense. Now that I've said I like this foundation and I think it's great, I do have some issues with it. So, here is my issue, and it is my blush and my contour. So, I don't do anything different. I just contoured and applied my blush like normal. And so, looking at the perimeter, like my forehead here, you can't see my contour anymore. You cannot see the color that I applied here or here. It's gone. Which, for a $5 foundation, I completely understand. That's not a big deal. Now, here and here, it is gone super muddy, which I don't really understand. It's completely disappeared around my forehead and my jawline, but in my cheekbone, or the hollow area of my cheeks, it has gone really brown and kind of muddy. Now, I don't understand that. I just applied my Hoola bronzer this morning like I normally do. There's nothing different that I did for it to turn this color. It just went really dark. I don't understand. Now, I may look like I have blush on, but it looks like I only have blush here. I applied my blush like I normally do. First, I applied the Benefit Rockateur blush, which, if you don't know, you probably don't because I've never said this, I wear this every day in combination with some other blush. Today was MAC's, I think this is pronounced autoerotic. That's what it's called. This is the color that I had on. Very peachy pink coral color. And then just to kind of add a little bit of glow back to the skin, since I was wearing a matte foundation, I applied this Revlon shimmer brick kind of thing in Rose Glow to the apples of my cheeks. This is very pink. Right now, it looks like I kind of just applied bronzer to my cheeks. I know it still looks kind of peachy pink in person, or on camera, it looks kind of peachy pink, but in person, it looks very brown. And I have noticed that this does this with pretty much whatever blush I wear. I did use a different bronzer last time. I used my NYC Smooth Skin bronzer with this as well, and that just completely disappears. I don't know what happens, like, for some reason, this foundation, I've noticed, either turns my blush a really brown tone. So it's not pink anymore, it's kind of got more of a brown tone. And it either completely disappears my bronzer, or it turns it very muddy. Which I'm not really understanding why it does that. And that could be just my skin, but it's kind of aggravating. But like I said, a lot of drugstore foundations don't necessarily hang on to blush and contour and other colors you put on your face like a high-end foundation would. But that is one of the signs of a good foundation, that it hangs on to your blush and it doesn't disappear. I mean, my blush is still there, it's just very brown toned. So that is just, I don't want to say that's a big issue, it's really not, because my blush is still there, so I still have color in my face, it's just not the color that I want to have on my face. So I hope you guys enjoyed me rambling on about the Rimmel Stay Matte Foundation. I know I talked a lot, like I didn't really show anything special, I just talked a lot. But I had a lot to say about this one because it just, I find it's really good in blendability and staying power and all that kind of stuff, but then it does things like my cheeks, and I'm not understanding why it does that. It's just aggravating. But if you are looking for a good quality drugstore foundation, I would definitely go pick this up. I wouldn't wear this if you have really dry skin, though. I would say dry combination to oily skin could wear this, but if you've got dry skin, it probably will cling to dry patches because it is a matte foundation. So, anyway, those are my thoughts. I hope you guys enjoyed this and found this helpful, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.